Hi everyone, today we'll be going to see authentication bypass. So as you all know, most of the web applications require some credentials to log in or use their services. Authentication bypass is a point where the attackers can use the services of a web application without giving proper credentials and without proper authorization. So for that, let's explore three methods with which we can bypass the authentication mechanisms. So let's get started. For the first method, we have authentication bypass via brute force. So basically in brute force, what we will do is we will provide a list of expected username and passwords or expected credentials, and we will use trial and error method in order to bypass the authentication screens. So first, I have Kali and OWASP open here. Let's go to Kali. Open up Firefox and provide the IP address of broken web apps. So we'll be doing this in Matilde 2. Click on Matilde 2. And from here, you just navigate to broken authentication bypass via brute force and login. So this is the login screen that we will be bypassing. So let's just open up our intercept. Okay, just for time being, fill this up. Click on login. Here we'll get a request. Now here is the username that you have just typed and also the password. Now we will send this to intruder because intruder has the functionality of brute forcing. So the first thing that we will change here is the attack type. We will select this as cluster bomb. This is because we have multiple payloads, so one payload for username and one payload for password. So we will select this cluster bomb, and these are all the fields that are variable. We don't want all these to be changed. We'll just clear everything. You only need to change two things, that is the username. So let's add this to the variable field, and the password. Okay, so this was the first phase. Now for the second phase, let's go to the payload so that we can provide the list of username and list of password. So here you can see we have first payload as username and second payload as password. That's why we got here two lists. First is for username, so let's add some of the items. Let's say this test admin 123, that will be enough. And for the password, we'll again add some random things. Hello 84 admin. Okay, so we have both our lists of username and password. So let's start this attack. Just click on start attack and click on OK. Wait until it finishes. Okay, so now check for the status code with 302. So here we have, we'll just expand this. We'll go to response. So wherever the status code is 302, that is our usernames and password. So here we can see admin is our username and admin is our password. So let's see if this worked or not. Go to response and just click render. Okay, so you can see here we are logged in as admin. Okay, you can see the same thing here. Not yet, because intercept is on. Just forward the request, and that is it. We are logged in as admin. That was for the first method. Now let's go on to the second method. The second method is authentication bypass via cookies. So cookies can be thought as a small storages that can be used to store small chunks of data such as usernames, passwords, etc. So many a times you have visited some website, and if you accept their cookies, you don't need to log in again the second time when you visit their website. So that is what we'll be going to do today. Let's open up Kali and let's open up our browser. Okay, so this is where we had left off. Let's just open up our intercept. Just click on login so that we get our request. Yeah, okay, so here we will get a column called as request cookies. So here we will add an extra cookie with the name UID and value 1. So basically what this means is we are saying to the server that, hey, listen, I have already logged into your application before and you don't need to ask me to log in the second time. Okay, so let's now forward this request. You can just see here it's saying not logged in. I'll just forward the request, and yes, we are logged in as admin. The next method will be authentication bypass via SQL injection. So in this method we will be instead of providing some proper strings to the input fields, we will be providing some SQL queries. So let's understand what happens here. Let's suppose you have a login form as shown here, and you have some query that fetches the specific user from the backend. So this field will be for username and this field will be for password. These values will be plugged here respectively for username and password. But suppose I enter something like or 1 equals to 1 in place of the username. So this 1 equals to 1 will be plugged in place of the username, and our new query will look something like this. Select star from users where username equals to empty string or 1 equals to 1 hash. So this hash is a commenting character, so anything after that will not execute. Next, you all know how an OR operator works. So if either of the condition is true, then the whole expression will be true. Since the database could not find any username with some empty string, it will execute the second expression which says 1 equals to 1, which basically evaluates to true, and it lets you log in. Okay, so now we are in Kali. Let's just log out from here. So we have this sign in screen. As soon as we write or 1 equals to 1 and click on log, you can just see here we are not logged in yet. So as soon as I click login here, we'll be logged in as admin. Okay, so that was it for today. See you next time.